Right, the video I'm going to react to was sent to me. It's an altercation between two lovers. Both are francophone. The man is a Tenor, is a Cameroonian rapper, and she is Eunice Zunon, a comedian from Côte d'Ivoire. So they've been dating for a while, and so the reason why I'm doing this reaction, and I'm doing it with I'm speaking over what they're going to say in English, because I know there will be a disconnect. In fact, I've seen it on several pages, despite the fact that there are celebrities in the entertainment industry. I know if there had been English-speaking celebrities and their fans had been English-speaking, the videos would have been viral right into the Nigerian space and all the other English-speaking communities in Africa. So, but what's happened is it's really remained mostly in the francophone area of the internet. So, and I feel it's a very instructive video. There are a lot of lessons to be learned, especially for men and all those who love men or who have men they care for. So I've decided to do this reaction to it. I believe there's a disconnect. Once it's in French, most people tune off. They don't understand what is being said. They might even see the violence, but they may not really be able to make sense of it. And there's very little they can say, because most of the discussions happening online about it have been in French, not in English. So I've had to read extensively and research, and I'm going to be sharing what I found out with you, and most importantly, the lessons I believe men can take away from this. And anybody who has a male loved one, definitely take away these lessons, because they are very valuable and important lessons. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm going to try to do some quick translations. I'm going to just speak as they speak. I'm going to try and just speak over what they're saying, So just listen. I'll do my best. I play very badly. That's her talking. He replies, those are just threats. He said, no, I play badly. He said, yesterday I talked to you. He said, yesterday I talked to you. I told you. You said you were going to take your things and leave. I asked when you're going to do it. You told me when you were going to do it. The fact that we made law does not mean you should now change all of that. That's not what I meant. The guy said, I don't want to discuss with you. I don't want to discuss with you. I don't want to talk with you. We have nothing to talk about. Since I don't want to talk to you, we have nothing to talk about. Why did you touch me this morning? Why did you touch me this morning? He said, did I ask something of you? She's asking him. Did I ask something of you this morning? He said, why are you being violent to me? If you continue to act violently towards me, I'm going to leave here. Because when I do something to you now, you say I'm the one that's done something to you. So I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. She said, you're going to talk to me. No, I didn't hear what she said. I've tried repeatedly. I can't understand what she's saying there. Say, well, we're going to follow each other. Go in there. Let's go there. We're going to stay there. Again, I can't pick some of the things she's saying here. It's not for who? It's not for who? The manager says, stop that. Arrête ça, stop that. It's calling Eunice. And at that point, he throws her down on the floor. Okay, so what I've done is I've done the slow motion version of the events that transpired from the time they began to go into the other room, because I think a lot of people I was looking at all the commentaries, they were in French, and I was looking at what people were saying. Nobody picked up the thing I'm about to show you. Nobody. I didn't see a single person talk about it. Everybody was talking about when he slammed her on the floor, much as people were agreeing that she was the one that precipitated the altercation. But I want you to see something. I think a lot of people missed it, and that could have changed the narrative of the entire interaction. So you're going to see them. They're going to come out very soon now, and they'll be coming out fighting. Okay, watch. Okay, now you can see the way she's hitting him on the head and all that, holding him in a headlock. Okay, now watch Eunice. He calls her Eunice in French. So watch her right hand. By the time he removes her, okay, watch her. She's going for, watch where she goes. Look at that. Did you see that? The bottle. Now, if this guy hadn't thrown her up and slammed her backwards, I don't know where that bottle would have landed, but I have no doubt in my mind she was going to aim for his head. So what I'm trying to say in a sense is, this woman was very comfortable with violence, because the way she reached for that bottle, it wasn't like, oh, she was considering what to do. She knew exactly what she wanted to do. She picked it up. The guy didn't even know she was going for a bottle. I'm sure when he watches the video, or when he watched the video, he would have realized she was actually going for a bottle. At that time, he chose to throw her up. If he hadn't done that, he would probably have had a bottle broken in his face or on his head, And as we go along, so let me just give my closing thoughts on this. The first thing I want to say is this: if you notice the video, if you go back and watch it, I didn't want to do that. Go back and watch the video. You see that he asked her, why are you being violent to me? Pourquoi tu me violent? See, you can talk with, and I understand from my interaction with my lawyer that just touching somebody without their consent amounts to domestic violence. It's actually against the law, so you can actually get arrested for that. It's just that those aspects of the law are not really enforced rigorously here in Nigeria, but I understand in other parts of the world, you touch somebody without their consent, the person can actually sue you. I think it's for assault or something like that. So first of all, people need to educate themselves about what is acceptable and what is not. Secondly, we need to understand, men, I'm talking to men now, and if you are a woman, understand that this applies to you too. Why? Because you probably have a loved one who is a man. He could be a friend at work, or he could be your brother, he could be your cousin, he could be your son. Okay, it could be your dad. You could have a young dad. Some of us have dads. I mean, some people have dads that are not exactly advanced in age, and they may find themselves in situations like this. Please understand, men, that you could be in danger if you do not have somebody around you who can help you keep a record of what is going on with a woman that you already established could be violent. This guy, I think he knew what he was doing. I don't think it was a mistake that he was always around. He had people around him, and one of them was smart enough, probably from what he said in papers. He actually said the guy had experiences in which his clothes had been torn and all that in the past, so it wasn't like it was the first time this was happening. This lady had shown a lot of violent tendencies over the time they've been dating. All right, so this manager he was probably protecting his job, made a point of recording their interactions, and it was what saved him, because Tenor had been detained already by the police until this guy produced this video. This was the video that got him released, which showed that this lady was the one that was actually the aggressor. She initiated the aggression, the attacks, and all of that. You could even see the way she was hitting him, and he told her, leave me alone, I don't want to talk, and she kept coming at him. Men, you need to understand, you need to work. It's almost like the defensive driving rule. Make it a habit to drive defensively. Make it a habit to date defensively. Have a video recording device on you, voice recording device on you. Anywhere you go, protect yourselves. It's important. Now, just to round up, there's something I need to point out. I did a lot of research on this video. I downloaded the video about a week ago, and I took my time to look for the full version, because the one I initially saw was the one from when they went into that room and came out fighting. The initial part where they had that initial discussion, I didn't have that. So, but I knew there had to be more to the story, so I kept searching, and I found an article by Cameroonian news agency. I think I'll put the screenshot of that for you to see, that talked about it and wrote it in English. Cameroon is a bilingual state, and they speak English and French in different parts. So they did that in English, but it was consistent with what I read on, I think it was a J. Martin page. I got another video, which was also a short video. I got a longer video from a YouTube channel owned by a French guy. Now, the point is, I did a lot of reading, and what I learned is, one, Eunice had been exhibiting a lot of violent traits for a long time. One, where what's his name, Tenor, there was a time he was supposedly drunk driving, and it had led to the death of a young female friend of theirs, and Eunice claimed that she was the one that had helped him to get the fans to forgive him for the avoidable loss of life of a young person. So then when he was healing in the hospital, the understanding is that there was a lady that was taking care of Tenor in the hospital, and Eunice got into a fight with that lady, because according to the manager and according to Tenor, she's extremely jealous. So basically, if any females come around Tenor, she gets a bit aggressive. So, and then to the point of actually engaging in a scuffle or a fight with somebody. So she'd been doing that for some time, and it's something that they knew her for. I think they announced an engagement some time ago, but I think at some point maybe the violence was too much for what's his name, Tenor, and I guess that's what because I think 3 months ago they were in France, and that's where this incident supposedly happened. But what I wanted to point out was what the manager said she did that got Tenor arrested. Basically, what she did was, after they had their altercation, which she was the initiator of the aggression, she then took her wig off, and I don't know what she did with her clothes, and then proceeded to call the police in on him, saying that he had been violent towards her, and she was crying when the police arrived. So naturally, the way it works, they immediately arrested Tenor and took him away. But the manager produced the video. By the time the police watched the video, they saw clearly that she was the one that had been the aggressor. And so, so this whole drama, the point I'm trying to raise here is that this lady, after being violent in this manner, still wanted to paint herself as the victim. This is what I'm talking about. The ladies, there's this new generation of very cunningly abusive women who understand the way the system has been designed to protect them if they were actual true victims, and then they're now gaming the system to their advantage in order to be abusive towards a man that they make their target abusee, if you could say that. So men need to understand that you are under. Guys don't understand this. You have a bullseye on your back. You are a target now. There are some naughty females, and they are not in few numbers. They are going around and they're looking for vulnerable men that are going to allow themselves to be used and exploited and manipulated. And if it is necessary, they will accuse you of abuse to have their way with you. You need to understand, therefore, you have to live defensively, like I said. You need to go around understanding that you've got to be alert. All your senses have got to be awake. Stop thinking that the average lady on the streets today is sane. Many of them are not. I'm not saying all. Many, not all. Many of them are not sane. And you need to understand that it does not show on the face. Some of the most beautiful ones are the ones that are the most damaged as well. That is the situation we find ourselves in, and it's important for men to understand. Nobody is exempt. Don't think because you are a big man, or you are influential, or you are well educated, or you move in certain circles, it does not matter. Amber Heard is proof of it. That was a celebrity at the highest levels. It wasn't in Hollywood. Look at what she tried to do to Johnny Depp. If it wasn't that Johnny Depp had the money to engage those lawyers to do all those things, that you really think he would have ever come out clean? Well, looking better the way he did. Let's understand that this thing is not a joke, and it's only just beginning, because these women are actually also grooming young girls, young females, raising kids of their own that are females, and they are teaching them all these things. You need to understand, men, you need to live defensively. You are literally under siege in today's world from modern women. The mindset is one in which they have predatory instincts. Wake up and be alert. You have been warned. I wish you well.